What if I told you there was a questline that offers a powerful spirit summon that affected your health instead of your FP? What if that quest also offered an item that gave access to a divine tower, opened up an alternate ending to the game, and offered one of the most iconic weapons of the SoulsBorne series? Well, such a quest does exist, and today I'm going to show you how to get those items and exactly how to complete this very lengthy quest. Hey guys, welcome to Belak Presents. Today we are talking about Ranni's quest. So the way to start Ranni's quest and get all of the amazing items in it, you need to head to the northern section of Liurnia, to a place called Caria Manor. Progress through Caria Manor until you face a boss named Royal Knight Loretta. Once the boss is defeated, you will gain access to the rear of the manor and Ranni's tower. There are 3 towers in the area, and Ranni's is in the one in the middle furthest to the west. There is a dragon hanging out in this area, so you will have to fight it first to freely be able to travel the area. Once you've dealt with the dragon in the area, which only needs to be brought down to about half health before it flies away, head to Ranni's tower. Once there, head to the top to speak to her. She'll ask what you're doing there, and you can answer however you want since I only got the no particular reason answer. She will ask if what she says rouses thy interest, and you have the option to serve her. Once you agree, she'll tell you about her minions that want to go into Nokron and claim a particular item. Speak to all 3 of Ranni's minions in her tower, and once done, head back up to speak to Ranni. She says that she will soon slumber, and once you head back down, the spirited minions will have left the tower. The first thing after leaving the tower is to speak to Blaidd. Blaidd can be found in the Seofor River area beneath Mistwood. To get there, you need to take the lift that's located next to the Erd Tree in Limgrave on the eastern part of the map. From Seofor Riverbank side of Grace, head directly east and you should be able to see Blaidd standing near a jump vent thing. You may need to deal with a few enemies that will aggro along the way. Blaidd will say that he hasn't found a way in, but he thinks that Seluvis, the mage of the bunch, may know more than he's letting on. When you're done talking to Blaidd, head back to Ranni's tower. Seluvis' tower is located in the same area just east of Ranni's. Talk to him there and he'll tell you about Selin and offer you a letter of introduction. To find Selin, you'll need to head to Waypoint Ruins in Limgrave. It's close to Mistwood and north of Hagiel's site of Grace. In Waypoint Ruins, there's a staircase leading down into the boss room with the Mad Pumpkinhead. Once defeated, the door behind the boss room will lead you to Sorceress Selene. Don't forget to grab the Site of Grace in case you need to come back here. Once you offer her the letter, she will tell you about the festival to fight one of the Shardbearers, Starscourge Radahn. With this information, you can head back to Siofra and tell Blaidd again. Blaidd will tell you that he's heading there now, and you can head there too. The festival is located in Redmane Castle. The Site of Grace chamber outside of the plaza will take you directly to where Blaidd and a few other adventurers are waiting. Speak to Blaidd and then talk to the festival runner at the top of the stairs. Answer with, "Ready as I'll ever be," and the doors to Radahn are open. Head towards the beach and take the lift down. Once you teleport over, the fight begins immediately. The Radahn fight has been nerfed a bit, so the fight isn't actually really all that bad anymore. There are a few guides on how to fight Radahn, but I can make one if you're really struggling. Once Radahn is defeated, a star shower will happen. Speak with Blaidd and he will inform you about a new area that's opened up via crater. To find the new crater, you can head to Mistwood outskirts and head south. You can see the rocks floating above where the new crater formed. The entrance to the crater is just south of Mistwood Ruins. From this point, you just keep heading down without falling to your death and dealing with a few pesky mimic blobs on the way. Eventually you'll hit a site of grace and officially be in Nokron, the Eternal City. Once here, you can grab a bell bearing next to the pagoda in the center of the area. When you're ready, head down the stairs and there should be a fog gate ahead. In this area, you will fight the Mimics tier, an exact replica of your character that has the equipment and abilities that you currently have equipped on your character. An easy way to deal with this enemy is to unequip all weapons, and once the enemy spawns, put one back on so you can deal with it, while it has to fight you back with its fists. This boss will pretty much be defenseless. Once you've defeated the boss, run along the bridge in front of you until there's a bit of land on the left side of the bridge to run down onto. Once there, hug the left side of the area until you reach another site of grace called Ancestral Woods. From here, you're going to want to jump onto the roof like I'm doing here and follow this path until you get to a window that can be passed down through. You can see the area you need to go from the window. Drop down through the window, but do not continue to go down. Instead, walk along the area to the left and you'll see an imp statue area. Use the imp stone keys to get into the area and deal with the one enemy here. The chest the enemy was guarding contains none other than the Mimics tier Ash summon, which is actually a very useful summon if you want to use them later in the game. Even with the nerf, this summon can still be pretty useful, withdrawing aggro and dealing some damage in turn. Once that's claimed, there's a ball enemy that you can decide to deal with or not. When you leave out the front door of the building, head down onto the street. On your left will be another site of grace. I highly suggest discovering this as the enemies ahead can overwhelm or even surprise you. In the building under the dead giant sitting on the throne is the Fingerslayer Blade, the item that Ranni asked you to retrieve. Once that's done, you can take the portal in front of the building to take you back to Nokron, where the previous site of grace is, or travel to the next place for the rest of the quest. Now you need to travel back to Ranni to give her the Fingerslayer Blade. She'll give you the Carian inverted statue that gets you through the Carian study hall and allows you to get access to the Divine Tower of Liurnia. To continue on your current quest, from Ranni's tower, you'll actually want to head northeast to the last tower in this area called Renna's Rise. This tower was previously inaccessible, but now you can travel through it to the portal at the top. The portal will drop you off at the northern section of Ansel River. There should be a coffin nearby with the miniature Ranni doll. Rest at the nearby grace spot and attempt to talk to the doll a few times. Eventually the doll will respond. After speaking with the doll, head west and follow the river until eventually you get invaded by a shade of blood. Defeat him and he will drop the discarded palace key. Before you leave, grab the spot of grace close to the Lake of Rot, because you will need to be coming back here. For now, head back to Raya Lucaria to the boss room you fought Rennala, called the Raya Lucaria Grand Library. Right behind the boss is a locked chest that can be unlocked with the key you just received. The chest has the Darkmoon Ring, which will be important later. Now, return to the Lake of Rot shoreside spot of grace. Continue through this area till eventually making it to the Grand Cloister spot of grace. At the end of the cloister area, there will be some coffins close to a waterfall. Interact with the coffin and you'll arrive at a very tough boss, Astel, natural born of the void. This boss actually drops a remembrance soul when defeated. Once you've dealt with Astel, there will be an elevator just past the boss room. You will now have arrived at a previously inaccessible area of Liurnia, the Moonlight Alter. This area is filled with dragons and all kinds of magic stuff. Follow the road northeast that will lead to a cathedral of Manicelas. Just before you arrive at said cathedral, there will be a dragon just out front. Right next to the Manicelas spot of grace, there will be a hole in the floor of the cathedral. Safely drop down and continue through the tunnel that eventually opens up to some broken fingers and Ranni waiting at the base of them. Interact with Ranni and you'll finally be done with this very long quest. Ranni will thank you or something and leave the drop, the Darkmoon Greatsword. The Darkmoon Greatsword requires 11 dex, 16 strength, and a solid 38 intelligence to wield. If you're interested in getting Blaidd's armor, simply travel to Ranni's Rise and walk out the front of the tower to face a now hostile Blaidd. Once he's defeated, you'll get his sword and his gear. The last thing is, if you should decide to see the alternate ending of the game with Ranni appearing, you simply need to use her blue summon sign after dealing with the Elden Beast. But that's pretty much it. That quest will finally be completed, and it's a bit of a long one. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, or maybe you just enjoyed watching, please do the YouTube things. Subscriptions would really help the channel. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!